Good morning, everyone. First of all, I just want to say thank you to all of you for joining us today. Got a really nice presentation put together for you all, some new ideas, ways that we think would be really great for you for growing your business and really servicing your clients in a whole another way as well. So, really excited to have Court Pitcher with us today on the line, and he'll be going through the program. Unfortunately, get to listen to me for just a couple minutes first. So, for those of you who don't know, my name's Laura Johnson. Sorry, a little tickle in the throat. Been with IAMS for, 14, 15 years. Worked on the admin side for about 8. Since then, I've been transitioned over into the sales side, so work on the annuity side. So if you do need any help or have anything I can be of assistance with, just give me a call. Happy to help. Um, let's go through. I'm just going to do a couple slides here on IAMS. We'll get it over to Court. And then as we go through the presentation today, I'm just going to mention this up front. I'm sure there's going to be some different questions that come up. Just go ahead and type those in. As we work through the presentation, I'll be reading those off so Court can get any questions answered for you. And then following the webinar, we'll be sure to get you out some additional information as well. But for in regards to IAMS, new producer bonus, this is something that's available to agents when they first come contracted with IAMS. You got 180 days to qualify. As you can see on the screen, there's just a lot of really great opportunities for IAMS to partner with you on your marketing front. Off those first pieces of business you send through IAMS, helping you, whether it be with, seminars or radio or marketing reimbursement or just maybe cash in the pocket, really just want to say thank you and then really partner with you to hopefully boost the next round of sales. So, if you're curious if you qualify or where you stand, give your marketer at IAMS a call. They can help you with that. Once you get out of that program, we do move you into a marketing reimbursement program. So we'll talk about the bottom part of the screen first. So every 100,000 of annuity production, indexed annuity premium you do with IAMS, we do $100 into a marketing account for you. For every 100,000 of single premium life is equivalent to $200, and for every 10,000 of life target premium would be 200 as well. So always earning those dollars consistently. And it's just again a way for us to partner with you on some of those marketing expenses. If you've been in the business any length of time, you know that referrals are important in your business. They are equally important in ours. So we do have a referred producer program as well. Um, with this program, when there's two ways to do it. We can set up a hierarchy and you can take on the responsibility of an agent. A lot of agents don't necessarily want the potential chargebacks and things that come with that. So we've got this program in place to give you a little kickback. So when your referee gets appointed with IAMS, $50. When they write business, as you can see on the screen, we will give you a little bit of a kickback on that business. Those are paid out quarterly. And it's just a way to say thank you for the referral. Now, this doesn't come out of your commission. This doesn't come out of their commission. This is straight just out of IAMS's pocket to say thank you. So really great way. I have a lot of agents that make a lot of money off of their referrals. As part of our name, insurance agency marketing service. And service is our number one goal. I mean, when you call into IAMS. If you haven't called in, or if you have, that you talk to a live person every time you call, usually within a ring or two. So I mean, that's where service starts, and that's something that will never change. We don't have any voicemail. You don't have any automated systems. What we're here to do is make your life easier. That's going to help you with as far as case design, making sure you get all the illustrations, make sure you have the correct applications, making sure your product trainings are all complete and compliant before you write an app. And then once you submit applications, Amber and her team or Michelle and her team on life and the annuity side, what we call submission to commission support. I mean, we want to scrub that app, make sure it's in good order, go into the home office, and then follow up on that business every 2 to 3 business days to make sure it's going through the channels at the appropriate speeds. Chasing down transfers, maybe chasing down medical records, all that stuff we try and do here internally to take that off your plate. We also are on Insurance Bay. Not sure if you're all familiar with that, but it is a universal contracting system, which is a very nice system. Makes it really easy. You do the link once, you get in the system, and then it's a matter of a few clicks to add a carrier. Makes it really easy. Can add carriers without having to do paperwork all the time. A Firelight, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to fast forward to this screen so you can see all the carriers. We're really excited to be partnered with Firelight. So we do have a relationship with them and have it built out on our website. So, I mean, I hate remembering passwords. I'm sure you guys all do too. So knowing that you can remember one password to our website and you have access to all of these carriers, Firelight applications. One thing I will speak on Firelight is we're seeing right now 4 to 5 days quicker getting business through initial review and suitability with carriers if you do a Firelight application. Not only that, but Firelight will not let you submit the app until it's at 100%. If you do it through our website, also, it does come to our office for a review, a high level review before we send it over to the home office. Since the app's already been signed, it's not like there could be changes made, but we can say, hey, you sure you meant these numbers? Because we see some red flags, or we can, tell you if you use the wrong form or the wrong stuff. I mean, we can do a high level review of it. So we think that's really important. So I'd encourage you, if you haven't done Firelight, encourage you to try it. We've got training videos out there to help you learn the process. It's not too intimidating. I just had an agent yesterday who's like, this was really easy. It's not too bad. And it leaves a lot of room for error out of the way. If you haven't worked with our creative team, encourage you to do so. I mean, Jacob and his whole team, Curtis, they do a great job for our agents and advisors, anywhere from newsletters to postcards to maybe you're brand new to the business and you need a logo designed or a business card designed. We handle all that here internally. We also have a lot of digital stuff we can do too, as far as social media marketing, email campaigns, build you a website. So, I always say there's no cost to our creative team as long as you're doing your business here at IAMS. So if you have a project you're working on or something you're looking to do, give your marketer a call, kind of give them a heads up what you're trying to do, and then they can get you connected with the correct person over on the creative team. For those of you who may have not seen our website or been out there yet, as you can see on the screen, it's www.imsinc.com. I'm not going to bore you and go through the whole website, but I will just tell you a few highlights. We have an on the move section that we just recently added. It tells you all the upcoming rate changes that are going on. We've got give you access to annuity rate watch through our website. So that's a great tool. I go there when you're calling me for an income quote. That's where I'm going to talk. So we can see what's going on with all the carriers in the industry. And you can check all current rates and everything through annuity rate watch as well. You can get forms on the life side, for the e-apps. We've got Firelight for annuity. We've got iGo e-app, and we have Connect for Medicare, all in one spot. So again, one single sign-on life, annuity, Medicare apps can all be submitted. So it makes it really easy. And then one of my favorite things is under the support tab, there's the sales resource library. On the sales resource library, you're going to find just a library of a lot of information for you. Anywhere from client presentations. You got a client saying, what is long-term care insurance? Well, here, let me send you a 5-page document of everything you need to know about long-term care. There's a lot of financial calculators, fact finders, just a lot of great information. So I encourage you to take a look at that as well. We do have our sister company, IAMS Wealth Management, here in Omaha as well. Charles Jr. and his team got into this side of the business probably about 5 years ago now, when the DOL was just kind of looming out there. We didn't know what direction it was going to go. Charles and Steve said, hey, it's time. And it's been a great addition to the IAMS family. I mean, a lot of our top insurance producers are our top advisors on the wealth management side as well. And the example I always share to my agents, if you're considering getting your license or you're just not sure, just a few things to consider. You go into a household and the client has 500,000. Well, we know most insurance companies, Athene, Silac, whoever, Equitrust, are probably only going to take about 300 of that 500,000, right? So if you're not doing something with that other 200,000, you're just allowing a potential other advisor to come in and steal that client. So we've got a couple things. Number one, if you're 65 registered, 66 CFP, get registered over with wealth management on your own. Maybe you're looking to start studying for it, considering it, or maybe you're at the point of your career where you're like, I'm not doing it. Well, we do have a solution on that front as well. So whether you're studying or if you're exiting out of the business soon and don't want to get your license, Zach Reed in our office handles the client portion of our IAMS Wealth Management, so agents can refer clients up to him. He will do a joint call with you and the client, handle the managed money portion, you handle the annuity portion, and you know that all that money is in one spot, home at IAMS, and it's not going to be touched by another advisor. You know, if you are studying for your exam, when you complete your exam and get registered, they will transfer all those clients that you had referred over directly to you. So, good way to kind of build those assets without having your test done yet, and knowing that IAMS is here helping you take care of those clients across the board on all aspects. So if you are interested in maybe joining IAMS Wealth, or you maybe have a couple clients you may want to eventually refer over, or have questions about the platform or who we use, just answer yes to that question. All that's going to do is generate a phone call from Duncan in my office. He's going to call and just answer whatever questions you have. And we really just want to make sure that our agents are being taken care of on all aspects. So happy to assist you guys on that front as well. And I urge you to consider it. I mean, it's been a really great tool for a lot of our agents, just being able to have complete control of those clients. Just one or two more slides and we'll get to the good stuff. All right, for life and annuity academies, we do these probably 3 to 4 times a year. We've done 2 so far this year. We partnered with North American back in April, maybe. And then we did another one in May or June up at Athene. And we're going to be looking at probably doing one here in Omaha at our home office, maybe in September. And then probably back at Athene in November again as well. And what this is 2.5 days of intense training. It's not annuities 101. It's not life insurance 101. It's going to be in-depth concepts, techniques, marketing ideas. How can we help you grow your business? This is for the person who's not looking to phasing out of the business, but person who's really looking to take their business to the next level. We bring some of our top producers, like Court was out at the last one, who's joining us today. We bring several other top producers in, and they share exactly what they're doing. This is how I'm getting in front of clients. This is how I'm making the bigger dollars now. Here's what I had to do to get to the next level. And they're sitting down sharing these ideas with you. And it's just a really great opportunity. It is all expense paid. So we do pick up all the flights, the meals, the hotel, everything like that. So if you are interested in maybe joining us for one of the next academies, just go ahead and answer yes. Typically, if you've been in the last 2 years, we kind of go at least 2 years without coming in before we bring you back in, because the material often is similar. But really would urge you to consider taking 2.5 days and coming up and joining us for one of these. I think it will really change your business and give you some really great insight. And like a lot of agents say, it's even just great being in the same room, rubbing elbows, talking business with 40 other producers doing exactly what you're doing every day. So I think it's definitely worth the time. And last but not least, I'm going to just mention a few trips. We did just close out the qualification period for Greenbrier, which is our top producers summit. So be watching your email, because we will be announcing our next 18-month qualification for our top producers trip. Love to do this, love to get out and say thank you for the business. So our top few agents are going off to DC and then taking the bus down to join everyone down at the Greenbrier. It'll be a great event we're doing later in October. And then we just recently had announced another trip, and we don't have a slide on it, but I will mention it to you as I hand this over to the presentation over to Court. And that is an Athene IAMS trip. So 3 million of Athene production since January through December. We'll get you and a guest at Park City, Utah next year. And that is an Athene IAMS trip. So again, all your Athene production written through IAMS is what will get you on that trip. So more to come on that. You should have seen emails. We'll have plenty more going out on that. But with that, I'm going to hand the control over to Court Pitcher with Legacy Lock and look forward to your presentation.
Thank you, Laura. Can you hear me?
I can, and I can see your screen, so we are good.
All right, very good. Well, thank you for inviting me to do this presentation today. I'm really excited. We're super excited about our relationship and partnership with IAMS. we've actually been in conversation to look to partner together somehow, some way over the last couple years. And what I'm going to be talking about today is one of the key things that we bring to the table that can really help everyone in their business and increase their production in a significant way. So I'm excited to share this with all of you today. As you noticed in the email that went out inviting you to this webinar, it talks about the subject is how to tap into a $35 trillion industry. And that $35 trillion number is very real because of what this can open up for you, and the opportunities are just huge and massive. The market is huge for this. So anyways, my name's Court Pitcher. I'm one of the founding partners of Legacy Lock. My other business partner, Jeremy Dopp, he's down in Arizona. We're the ones that founded Legacy Lock. And I'm going to talk about how this process can help you grow your business in a significant way by taking a different approach and a different angle to really help add value and provide additional services to your clients. Candidly, I tell everyone that I meet, if you're a fiduciary advisor, this is something you definitely should be offering. And even if you're not a fiduciary advisor and your focus is to really take care of your clients, this is something that you should put more focus and attention into. So let me see here. I'm trying to get to the next screen and it's not going. There we go. So people ask me all the time, how did you get started in this business, and how did you get started specifically by building your practice, through the approach of estate planning? And so I want to kind of share with you some background on that and how Legacy Lock came about and how I've built my business and my practice through this approach. There's two significant dates. In January 30th of 2005 and February 25th of 2005. Those dates are significant to me because those are dates where two of my good friends unexpectedly passed away. Both were married, and one of the friends had four young children, and the other one had 3 children and 1 on the way. And being very close to those situations, I was able to observe, how they went through those experiences, their wives and their children. One of the families was not in a good situation when he passed away. Their credit wasn't very good. He hadn't paid taxes in a few years. Really hadn't done any, deliberate planning for his family. So, he left his family kind of in a tough situation financially. It just so happened that his wife was digging through some boxes and papers and came across a life insurance policy. He had just started a new job prior to passing away and happened to enroll in their group life insurance plan. But she didn't even know about it until she came across the paperwork, and that saved her in a lot of ways. So that was a huge deal. But the other friend that passed away, he had been more deliberate in the planning that he had done. He had been very intentional and done a lot of good planning for his family, and so the way that they were able to deal with things was much different than the other family. And so being close to those situations and seeing the difference in how they were able to deal with things, was very eye-opening to me. And here I was at the time, I was only in my early 30s. I was married and had a couple young children of my own, and I hadn't done any planning for myself or my family. So I went running to a good friend of mine who I knew was in this industry, told him what had happened to my my two friends and what was happening with their families. And I said, I love my family. I want to make sure that if anything happens to me unexpectedly, that I've done proper planning. And even if something doesn't happen to me unexpectedly, and I'm blessed to live a long life, I want to be intentional and deliberate with what I do and how I plan, and make sure that I can thrive um, financially. Anyways, he commended me for being proactive and seeking him out, but we that's when my eyes were open to what I call holistic planning, and it was great. Me and my wife sat through a series of meetings with him, and he addressed a number of things that we needed to look at implementing and putting in place, and introduced us to some amazing strategies. And I absolutely loved it. I was just eating it up. And in that process, he recommended to me and my wife that we go get our estate planning documents in place. And so he spent some time educating us on wills and trusts and powers of attorney and advance directives, all of those key documents that are typically in a trust document package. And then he referred us to a local attorney. Well, we were all excited to get those estate planning documents in place, and we went and met with the attorney. And when we found out how much it was going to cost and how long that process was going to take, my wife and I decided to hold off. And so, we went back and met with the advisor that was helping us, and he said, how did it go with the attorney? And we told him what our concerns were. And so we didn't move forward at the time. Well, I eventually got into the business, and I was, doing this holistic planning that I had learned from him. And whenever we came to the conversation about estate planning documents, almost every client would sit up in their chair and they'd say, you know what, this is something we've been wanting to get done for such a long time. We're so glad you've brought it up and you're making it a priority to teach us and educate us about the importance of these documents and how they work. And we're really excited to get this done. And so we would do the same thing. We'd educate them on those things, and then we'd refer them to a local attorney. I would say 9 out of every 10 clients would come back to us and give the same response that me and my wife gave to my friend when we were going through the process. And that is, we went and met with the attorney, and when we found out how much it was going to cost and how long it was going to take, we decided to hold off. Well, the more I heard that, the more it bothered me. And I'm also, pretty entrepreneurial. Whenever I see an obstacle in the way or a challenge, I tend to look for the opportunity behind it. And so that's what put me on the path to creating what is now Legacy Lock. And now we're on a mission to be able to provide a very affordable, streamlined process that's quick and easy and provides a great experience for clients. And we're doing that now on a national scale. We can do this in all 50 states. So that's our mission, is to partner with you to be able to help offer this important planning and this great program to families all across the country. Now, here's the other thing that I noticed. I'm skipping ahead here. Here's the other thing that I noticed that I think that helped me realize, boy, we're on the right track here. We're on to something. When I first got in the business, my first couple years, I was trained to go out and prospect to people, get my name out there, introduce myself, and try to get people to fill out. At the time, I was trying to get them to fill out a 13-page questionnaire. I was trying to get them to fill out that 13-page questionnaire, and come in and meet with us to go through our holistic planning process. And I did pretty good with that, but it was also challenging. I think people, when I would hand them that questionnaire, they felt like, wow, this is kind of a daunting thing. This is a lot. You're wanting me to fill all this out and get the accompanying documents. This is going to take me a while. So it was kind of a challenge to get as many appointments and get as many people in the process as I wanted to. Well, once I shifted the way I was doing things and started focusing more on just leading with the will and trust approach and the will and trust conversation and keeping it simple and focused on estate planning, I noticed my calendar started filling up more. We had more people going through the process. It changed the dynamic of the relationship with the clients, and we started writing more business as a result of that, and we started getting a lot more referrals. And in a relatively short period of time, me and my business partner got to a point where we had 3 to 5 new referrals coming in every week. And so it got to the point where we were no longer prospecting anymore. We no longer had to do that, and people were coming to us. We weren't having to go out and try to fish and reel people in. So once, as we saw that take place, we're like, wow, we're really onto something here. So that's why I have these visuals up on this slide. And I like to ask advisors all the time, everywhere I go, what side of the freeway are you on? Okay, are you on this left side where it's all packed and jammed and traffic is moving really slow? I don't know about you guys, but when I drive on a freeway, actually on any road, I don't like to be in crowded lanes. I don't like traffic, heavy traffic. I'm always looking for a way to get into the open lanes and get into open highway. So, and so that's why I prefer to be on the right side. Well, we found that when we started taking this approach by leading with the conversation of wills and trusts and estate planning documents, it was almost like we got out onto this open highway where there was no competition, right? Everybody that's on the crowded side of the highway, they're talking about the same things. If you look at our industry, how many people are out there doing seminars and webinars and sending out mailers about Social Security and tax planning, income planning? I mean, everybody I found is kind of talking about the same thing. Well, when you get over into the estate planning side of the highway, there's nobody out there talking about it. Attorneys are terrible at marketing, so they're not really good at getting the word out on what to do and why to do it and all that. And then a lot of advisors, they're just not out talking about this. And so my partner and I found that, wow, this is nice open lane and the opportunities are everywhere. And so that's what we're inviting you to do with Legacy Lock is consider which side of the highway you're on right now. Is it crowded? Is it jammed up? Is your message pretty much the same as every other advisor out there? And does it feel like you're competing with them on things that are virtually the same? Well, if you want to get into the other side of the highway, an open freeway where there's massive opportunity, come over with us, okay? And we'll help you succeed in it. So why should I offer estate planning documents? Right here are some statistics from Forbes, CNBC, Investopedia. Basically, what this points out is what I alluded to at the beginning, which is the $35 trillion market. Many of you work with the baby boomer demographic, people 55 and older. And as you know, that for a while now, there's been 10,000 baby boomers retiring on a daily basis. Well, as those baby boomers are starting to age, estate planning is becoming really, really important to them. They do not want to be a burden to their family. They do not want their family to have to deal with an estate problem and have to deal with the government and the courts when they pass away. So estate planning has become a major, major focus for them. Well, as they do their planning, they're also naming their children, their adult children and their grandchildren. They're naming successor trustees and people like that in their trust. Well, then that gives us the opportunity to meet those family members and those important people in their lives. And guess what? They want to do their estate planning as well. So the market for this is just humongous. It's tremendous. And that's why it's a $35 trillion opportunity that you can tap into. Okay, so that's one reason why you should uh, add this to what you're doing in your business and in your practice. So why don't more people have an estate plan? We've researched this really, really hard, and here's the main reasons why people don't have an estate plan. Number one, it's an intimidating process. I mentioned how me and my wife went and met with that attorney. We found out how much it was going to cost, which is the second thing here. The cost is something that a lot of people, kind of struggle with. They don't want to fork out two, three, four, $5,000 to get those, essential documents in place. For other people, it's an uncomfortable. For some people, it's an uncomfortable topic. With our process, we make it nice and comfortable and easy to talk about. But at the same time, that's one of the powerful things about our process is we get to know that client in ways that other advisors in our business don't really get to know them. I mean, when you start talking to them about their estate and about their children and their grandchildren and talk to them about their wishes, how they want things to be distributed and who they want it to go to, you start talking to them about how they want to set up their advanced healthcare directives, how they want to set up their powers of attorney. It tells you a lot about them. And you get into things that you wouldn't normally get into if you're just kind of talking to them about their finances or their retirement. Another reason is that there's a perception that it's too complicated. With Legacy Lock, we keep it simple and easy, and they understand it and they feel like it's simple and easy. And then procrastination is another thing. People procrastinate it. I think it's human nature to think that, even though we know we're mortal and we're one day going to die, it's just kind of human nature to think, oh, I'm going to live a long time. It's never going to happen to me. And so it's easy to put off and procrastinate. But with Legacy Lock, when people see what we can do and how affordable and fast and easy it is, it makes it easier for them to not procrastinate. At the end of the day, here's what I tell people. You have a plan, you have an estate plan whether you know it or not. And usually when I say that, they'll kind of look at me like, really? We haven't done anything. And I'll say, well, if you haven't done anything, the estate plan is the government's plan, which means when you pass away, all of your assets are likely going to have to go through the probate courts. And that can become kind of a pain for your surviving family members to have to deal with. They're going to have to hire an attorney, pay the attorney, they're going to have to pay the court fees. It then becomes a public proceeding. So everything's put out to the public. It gives creditors the opportunity to make claim on anything that may be owed to them. And it can be expensive and it can be time consuming. But the way to overcome that and make things easier for your family is to establish your own plan where you get to dictate what happens and keep the government and the probate courts out of it. So usually when we have that initial discussion and conversation, people are like, yeah, I don't want that government's plan. I want my own plan. And so we're able to provide a great solution for that. So here's the solution. It's Legacy Lock. And what Legacy Lock is, it's an internet-based estate planning document technology. Okay, so we partnered with a law firm and brought in some good, really good software developers and took the estate planning software that that firm was using, put it on a web-based platform, and enhanced it with even greater security, greater technology, so that we could offer this all across the country. So all of our documents are attorney drafted, attorney approved, and they're specific to the laws and regulations of all 50 states. That's really important to know. They're specific to the laws and regulations of all 50 states. Okay. Now, what makes our program nice is we don't have to have the attorney physically present or involved in the meetings, because as you know, the moment you bring in an attorney into a meeting, the cost is going to go up for the client. So we're able to guide the client through the process, help them get all of their estate planning documents in place without having to have the attorneys involved in those meetings. Now, there are times, it's pretty rare, but there are times where we may run into something where, there's something a little more complex, or it crosses over into a situation where they need legal advice or legal counsel. And if we identify that as a need, then we can bring in one of our attorneys to assist with that. But for the most part, that's not needed. Really, this is designed to help the masses, to help people all across the country. It's pretty much tailor-made for middle class, middle upper class Americans all across the country. Doesn't mean we can't help, the more affluent, more wealthy. We even have a network of attorneys that work with that super wealthy and affluent market. That's not done through Legacy Lock. That's kind of a whole other network of attorneys that we work through. But if you ever, have a client that's in that really affluent market, we have attorneys that can help there. But what's included in the will and trust package? Everything you see here on the screen. So it's a revocable living trust package with income only options, so people can elect to do lump sum distributions to their beneficiaries, or they can do an income only option. Usually that's used if someone in the family has some type of addiction, or if they have a family member that's has special needs and have a disability. The income only option becomes important to that. And we do provide special needs language in our documents at no additional cost. So if a family has someone in their family that has special needs, we put the proper language in there to help protect that child, so that it doesn't negatively impact any of the government benefits that they're receiving. We have AB trust options, spendthrift provisions, IRA look-through, optional sub-trust for minor children, certificate of trust, last will and testament, financial and healthcare power of attorney, living will, advance directives. And then some of these last things here, especially the things that are highlighted in blue, these are other things that are unique to our program and our technology. And I'm going to talk about those here more as we continue on. But the client gets this for only $995 for the full document package. That is an unbelievable deal when they compare it to, other options that they have out there. The process is easy. We help guide your client, you and the client, through each step of the process. And I'm going to go into a little bit more detail on that here in a minute. It's simple. It's an online platform that literally walks us and the client through the document creation process. It's very educational. There's a lot of online videos and printed guides that the client has access to as well. So that's really nice. It's fast. We can create the documents in a short period of time. So it overcomes that issue of, feeling like it's going to take a long time to get it done, which is typically one of the reasons why people were procrastinated. One of the other things that's unique to our technology is we developed a secure document vault. Okay, it's our e-vault. Every client gets a secure username and password to their own Legacy Lock account. That allows them to follow along and see everything that we're helping them put in place, and allows them to access their document vault. That document vault is unlimited document storage. So they can upload all of their estate planning documents, along with any other important documents that they think their successor trustee or other surviving family members would need to access when they pass away. That document vault is super, super powerful. It's a great way for them to organize all of their documents in one place, instead of storing documents in files and boxes. If it's all stored and organized in here, it makes it so much easier for the family when they pass away to be able to access those key documents. So that's super, super valuable. The other thing that's unique to our technology is the online funding kit. When they log in, they can go to the funding kit and get specific funding instructions on how to properly structure each type of asset that they might have into their trust. Okay. Now we typically, when we take them through the process, we give them specific instructions, and we draft an email with those instructions so that they know exactly what to do. But if they want to turn to the funding kit for further details and instructions, they can go there for that. The thing I like the most about the funding kit is it also allows them to put specific information about each of their assets according to asset category. As you can see over here on the left-hand side of the screen, there's a section for cash accounts like bank accounts, vehicles, life insurance policies, retirement accounts. The list goes on and on and on. They can list any asset in that funding kit, which again is another way to organize those assets so that when they pass away, their successor trustee and surviving family members can come into the funding kit and see where all their assets are, and take immediate action on doing what needs to be done with those assets. So the document vault and the funding kit are things that are very unique to our program. I don't know of any other company or firm out there that offers this. The other thing is that they get lifetime changes and updates to their documents through our technology. So that's another huge thing that's really valuable. Typically, if they were to go and work with an attorney, if once they have their initial documents in place, anytime they want to make changes or updates, they have to pay that attorney their hourly rate, which could be anywhere from $250 to $500 an hour. So that can add up to be a lot of money over time. With our program being able to change or make changes and updates anytime they want for the rest of their life, that's a tremendous value that they get. So how does this work for you, and what do you get by partnering up with us and utilizing Legacy Lock and implementing that in your business? First of all, you get your own licensee website, and I'm going to show you what that looks like here in a bit. But to utilize Legacy Lock and implement it into your practice, you do have to get licensed. That's for compliance reasons. And our licensing is, it's very easy to get licensed and registered with us. I'll show you that here at the end. But by getting licensed, that gets you your own personalized Legacy Lock website You can also, a lot of advisors will link it to their main website for their financial practice, but you'll get your own personalized Legacy Lock website, which kind of becomes your marketing billboard as you market it to throughout your communities. There's a ton of Legacy Lock marketing opportunities. This is how you get into that those open lanes on the highway. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on how to get in the door with these different areas, but we're going to be doing, I'm going to be doing regular marketing webinars where I will go through and explain how to get in the doors of all these different centers of influence. I like to call them potential referral partners. I'm going to be going through those and sharing how to do that. These are all different referral partners that we've had success with. And so we'll talk about how to work your warm market and your current book of business to get more referrals and create new opportunities of that. We can talk about how to get into small and large companies and add Legacy Lock as an employee benefit that they can offer to their employees. That's something that Jeremy, my business partner Jeremy, did down in Arizona, and he now has access to over 200,000 employees with different employers in the Phoenix Valley. And so, you know, he's constantly getting people coming to him seeking his help for estate planning services because of that. We've had success getting into universities, community colleges, public and charter schools, funeral homes. I've personally had a lot of success working through funeral homes as well as hospice companies and assisted living facilities. I like working with those industries and those professionals because they're typically dealing with people and families who have had a significant, you know, they've had a family member, you know, in an assisted living facility or in hospice care, or if they've had someone pass away. And so the reason I like working with those businesses is because, you know, they're dealing with people who need to have this planning done. It becomes a high priority for them and they're seeking out that help. I have a funeral home that's the largest funeral home here in northern Utah that I've been working with for over 10 years, and they refer every family that comes through, they refer them to my office, and we help them with this important planning. So we'll talk about how to help you get into those markets. There's CPAs and tax preparers. Everybody likes to get referrals from CPAs and tax preparers. And the CPAs that we've worked with around the country love what we do. They love referring to us, and it creates for a really nice symbiotic relationship. Title companies, we've had a lot of success working with title companies, as well as independent P&C agencies. We can teach you how to get about 3 to 5 referrals out of every trust that's done. Because when we do a trust, they usually name about 5 to 10 people in that trust. And through a simple approach that we take, we're usually able to generate about 3 to 5 new referrals from that trust. So we can help you turn that into a perpetual referral system just through every trust that we do with you. Through our relationship with IAMS, we've been able to create an exclusive program. This is only available through with IAMS agents, so agents that are contracted through IAMS. We've created a seminar with White Glove. So, one of the great things about White Glove is they will go out and help you set up a seminar or webinar, and they'll help get the butts in the seats. They'll help get people committed to attend those seminars or webinars. And we've created an exclusive presentation that's all Legacy Lock that you can utilize with White Glove to help you get in front of more people and get more appointments. So that's a really exciting opportunity that is now available to all of you. And then obviously there's other lead programs through IAMS that are also integrating Legacy Lock into that. So IAMS has just been just awesome at helping us open up more doors and more opportunities to get the word out there about Legacy Lock. And in fact, Curtis and Steve, as we were talking to them over the last few months, they've said to us, this is one of the best kept secrets out in the industry, and we want to help you get the word out and help our advisors succeed with this. So we're really grateful for what they've done and the opportunities that they've already opened up in a short period of time. So a lot of great marketing opportunities by utilizing our program. What's in it for you? Pretty simple. Get paid to have more prospects, more clients, and more referrals. And so the way that this works, I just want to end by telling you how to get started with Legacy Lock. You can contact my executive assistant, Sarah Bradshaw. Her email is here on the screen. It's sarah@mylegacylock.com, or you can call or text her at that number. But just shoot her an email or send her a text. Let her know send her your name, let her know you work through IAMS, and we will schedule an initial consultation with you and help you get licensed with Legacy Lock, help you get your website up and running. It's pretty quick and easy to do, but then we'll explain our process and how we get started. We have found that the best way to help you learn how the Legacy Lock process works and the best way to succeed and write business with it is to work directly with my team. So by working with my team in that initial consultation, we'll show you how our process works, what we do from beginning to end, and how that will help generate more business and more referrals. So what we ask is that you do five joint cases with my team so that you're learning from the best and seeing exactly how it works. Because those are joint cases, in order to make it worth your time and our time, we do ask for a split on the cases, and that's on any life, annuity, long-term care, single life, any fixed business. We ask for a 60-40 split. So 60% to you on the application, 40% to us on the application. That's what we would do with the first 5 cases. We've found that once you've been through at least 5 cases with us, you then have a pretty good understanding of what we do and how we do it and how effective it can be for your business. And so at that point, we will then do a one-on-one assessment with you to determine if you would like to take it and run with it on your own, then great, we'd love that. But if you want to continue to work with us as an extension of your practice, kind of your estate planning team, and you want to just keep referring to us and doing joint cases with us, we're happy to continue on that path as well. So that's how you get started. Reach out to Sarah today, send her an email, call her or text her, whatever you prefer, and she'll help schedule an appointment with me and her directly, and then we'll help you get started. Let's see, I'm going to exit out of this and just show you real quick. Laura, can you see on my screen? Can you
Yep.
see on the screen how it says become a licensee of mylegacylock.com?
Yep, we're good.
Okay. So when you schedule that initial consultation with myself and Sarah, this is where we'll come to help you get licensed. There's 2 options for getting licensed. You can do the monthly option, which is $49.95 a month, or you can do the annual option, which will save you $100 a year. but the annual option is $495 a year. Okay. The other promotion that we have going with the annual option, which is exclusive to IAMS, is we're offering a free trust, either that you can have for yourself or you can offer it to someone else. But if you select the annual option of $495 a year, then you get a free trust for yourself or someone else, which is just a great way for us to, again, help you get started and go through the process yourself so that you can see how it all works and how valuable it is. And so you know, I've actually had a lot of people say, man, you should be charging more for that licensing fee. But we've just, you know, we've kept it here at this rate because we feel it's reasonable. And again, our desire is to partner with you and help you succeed. If you succeed, then we succeed, and IAMS succeeds. Everybody wins here. So that's our goal. So this is where we would come to help you get licensed. Once we get you licensed, it'll activate your personalized website. This is an example of what that website looks like. When we activate your website, we'll help get your personal information up here in the top right hand corner. It also appears down here as you scroll down. You know, your information is all right here. There's a ton of marketing videos, educational videos that you'll be able to share. You can share. It's really easy to send these out in email. You can also post them on social media. They're all compliance approved, so you can share any of these different videos and stuff like that. But getting licensed will get you access to all of our marketing material, all of our intellectual property, even the software itself, as well as all the exclusive marketing opportunities through IAMS. So
Hey, Court,
that's
one
really the
question.
next step.
Oh, maybe you're going to get there. Are you going to talk about the pricing for the clients? Did you already talk?
I did, yeah. The pricing is $995.
Yep.
So it's a one-time fee of $995, and it gets them that entire document package, plus the document vault, the funding kit, and the lifetime changes and updates to their documents.
So
So
they're charging just clarify for the question that came in. So the agent is charging the client $995, but the cost to the agent is actually $495. So that's $500 that you would get from doing the will and the trust. Just to answer the question that came in.
yeah, let me clarify that because this is something that can be a little confusing. I want to clear up any ambiguity. In order to use Legacy Lock and be able to market it and offer it to your clients and prospects, there is a licensing fee of $495. So that's your fee to get in and be able to have access to Legacy Lock, to be able to offer it through your practice. Okay. Then as we start doing that and you start referring people to us and we do the cases together, the client pays $995 for the trust. So that's the client's fee. Okay. Now, of that $995, there's a $400 commission. On those first 5 cases that you do through my team, I have to retain that commission in order to pay my team for all the work that they're doing. Once we get through those 5 cases, if you then determine that you want to take it and run with it on your own, you feel confident doing it on your own, then as you, with each trust that you do, the $400 will go to you. You can set up a direct deposit through our Stripe program, and every month you'll get paid $400 per trust directly to your account. Okay, so hopefully that clears up any confusion. Did that answer the question, Laura?
Yep, good to go.
Okay. All right, so that was what I had for today. Are there any other questions you'd like me to answer?
It doesn't look like the other ones I've been able to answer on my own. One thing I, appreciate the partnership with Legacy Lock. I think for, for everyone on this call, I mean, I think it's a really great opportunity, something else you can add to your practice. And we're going to make sure we get you out some information on it. But if you are interested in getting set up with Legacy Lock, I just threw another poll question out. If you just want to answer yes, we'll make sure that we get you out all the contact information again with Sarah and with Court so that they can get a call scheduled with you. So you will be getting an email from Dustin in my office later today or first thing in the morning, and that's going to have all their contact information. I'll have a copy of the recording so you can jump back in and see it if you want. But again, I think it'll just thinking about the few people I've talked with it. I mean, especially with the white glove situation. I mean, think about doing an estate planning seminar with white glove, talking about legacy lock. You go in and you do the trust. Just think of everything you're going to uncover. When you're doing the will and the trust, you're finding out all the assets. We all know that we go into homes all the time and they don't tell us everything. They won't. So, I mean, this is a great way just to uncover it all. And then not only that, but then you're going to on the backside have the life and the annuity sales as well. So, Court, we really appreciate you taking time out of your day. To those who have responded with the question or with the, wanting more information, we'll be sure to get that out to you later today or in the morning. And then one last question that did just come in. How does it work with FINRA? Like for those who are security licensed,
Great
approved through all.
question. We have been able to get approved with some broker dealers and RIAs out there, but we have found that those who are securities licensed working with FINRA or the SEC, then working through our team is actually the cleanest and most compliant way to do it, and not take a commission from Legacy Lock. Simply refer the prospects and clients through us. We'll provide the estate planning services and then help bring the client back to you on the back end of the process, to help you, write any business and close any business opportunities that are there. So that's we found that to be the kind of the cleanest and most compliant way to handle it if you are securities licensed.
And then one last thing someone asked is there's no designation that gets applied, in doing this kind of sales or doing this kind of work, is there?
No, there's not a designation. There is through the American College, a certification for estate planning that you can get, and they're actually talking to us very seriously. We're seriously considering some type of program with them that would allow advisors to get a specific designation. It's a certified estate planning professional is kind of the designation. That is an option. It's not required in order to utilize Legacy Lock right now, but if that's something that anyone would like to look further into, there are some things out there that you can do. I would just like to end, Laura, by saying, if you're looking to create some huge momentum for the second half of this year and really increase your production in a big way, I'm talking like high six-figure income, maybe even seven-figure income, reach out to us. We can help you do that. We're helping other advisors around the country do that. We'd love to help you do that. So, and I'm not blowing smoke. I'm not hyping this at all. I'm not overselling what I'm saying. We can help you do that, which will benefit you and IAMS. Like I said, we all win that way. So.
Well, perfect. That looks like that's all the questions. For those of you who answered, we'll make sure we get that information out to you. And I hope everyone has a great rest of their day.
Thanks, Laura.
Thanks, Court. Bye.
Bye-bye.